tonight's guest stars in a sitcom that is so funny, you can actually enjoy it absolutely guilt-free. Please welcome the star of the Emmy-nominated Everybody Loves Raymond, the best sitcom on television, Ray Romano. Ladies and gentlemen, Ray. Good to see you, Raimondo.
How are you?
Thank you. Ray?
Yes.
Been quite a ride, my friend, hasn't it?
Is it over?
Well, no. I remember seeing you in Aspen years ago, and there was a comedian special, and you were the best guy on. I remember thinking, I wonder when something's going to happen for this guy. And now you've got what's recognized as the best sitcom in the air. And I'm wondering, with your background and knowing comedians as I do to be neurotic creatures, are you guilty about it in some weird way?
Well, of course. I mean, you said it right there. Comics, you know, that's who we are. We want it, but we don't deserve it. Seriously, I mean, now with success, it's even worse for me. And especially to have a show called Everybody Loves Raymond. Oh, my God.
I remember when I first heard that title, I said, this kid's begging to get his ass kicked. But it worked out.
Well, you know that wasn't my choice, that title.
No.
Oh. Luckily, I hate myself enough for the rest of the country. But I myself am, I know comics, you know, are very, you know, they're very guilt-ridden. I am psychotically almost guilt-ridden. This is a true story. When I heard this was going to be about this, I said, I have to tell this story. I was in Queens. I lived in Queens before the show. And I was driving. It was about 11:30 at night, and it was literally like 4 degrees out. And there was an old woman standing by a bus stop. And I drove by, and she was waiting for the bus. It's 11:30 at night. So I drove by, and I see her. And I keep going. And then all of a sudden, I started feeling guilty. You know, you hear horror stories, old women cold. You know, what happens? What happens tomorrow? Reading the paper. She froze to death. Who saw her and didn't give her a ride? Yeah. So I had to go around. So I go around the block, and I pull over, and I go, you know, I roll the window, you okay? And she's startled, you know, she's a little scared now. And, huh? And I go, it's very cold, are you okay? And she, yeah. I go, okay. So I'm embarrassed, I drive away. Thinking, okay, I did my deed. No. Now I'm thinking, you know, I scared her. What? Yeah, I swear, like, what if, you know, it's cold, she's old, what if she can't breathe? So I had to go around. I had to go around the block just to make sure she's still standing and whatever. And so I drive by, and she sees me again. So now she's really frightened that I'm killing her. So I just had to like hide behind a tree. You know, when the hell is this bus gonna get here and pick her up? I couldn't leave. I couldn't leave till the woman got on the bus. Yeah. So
it's like the nice guy version of that Jon Favreau scene in Swingers where he calls the girl back 7 times before they ever go on the first date. Exactly. She ends up saying, stay the fuck away from me, you crazy man.
Exactly.
What's your first remembrance of guilt? Did you have it as a youngster? Are you Catholic upbringing?
Of course, yeah, I am Catholic.
So what were you told about jerking off?
Well, it's like you said, anything that good must be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how early did you go to the European grip? I figured if I was going to do something wrong, I'd be French about it. So I crossed the grip over.
My problem, I go to the right still. I still go to the right. Yes. By the way, when I say Catholic, I mean, I'm not going to say I was one of the part-time Catholics. I was the Easter, Christmas, yeah.
Full bore.
Yeah. You know, you think you're fooling people. And you can tell the part-timers when they're in church because they don't really know, they don't remember the process. They're all watching the one old lady, you know. Well, oh, she's standing. Oh, sit, whatever she does, watch her. Oh, she's giving money, don't listen to her. The woman's psycho.
Same old lady from the bus stop.
Yes. No, I had the Catholic guilt. I had it all. You know, it's God-fearing. I used to make promises to God. I used to gamble a little. And I remember being at a racetrack, another true story, and I remember I had so much money on the horse, and I did one of those, please God, let the horse win. I'll never bet another horse. And I got screwed because the horse won. So now I can't go back on my word. Yeah. and it's the next race. And my friend Bernie Grunfelder, God bless him, he says to me, "Come on, Ray, let's bet." And I'm like, I just made a promise to God, I can't bet. And Bernie's like, "All right, here's what you do. Give me the money. Tell me who you like. Yeah, I'll bet it for you." Bernie, he's trying to put one over.
On God.
On God, yeah.
Yeah.
I know these sound like bits, but they're all true.
No, the most omnipotent personage in the universe.
Exactly.
Bernie was able to do at the
you
racetrack.
can't, you think he's gonna, and I, you know, God's got a record of it. That's Romano, another bet. Well,
He said he would not.
Oh, too bad. I had him winning lotto next week. All right.
We've got a phone call for you. We've got line 6, Mike from Pine, Arizona. Mike?
Hey, Dennis. Hey, Raymond.
How are you?
Mike?
Real good. How are you? Can you hear me?
We can hear you. A smoker?
Almost too well.
Almost too
Are you
well.
a smoker or a robot?
No, not a smoker. You sound like old Wolfman.
All right, you got to get some fluid out there in the desert, Mikey.
I know it.
Sound a little dry.
I know it sure is. We could use some rain. Hey, Raymond, got a question for you. How do you deal with all the guilt with lying to your mom and your wife?
With Blondie?
With lying to his mom and wife?
Oh, lying.
What do you mean?
Lying to your mom and your wife.
Oh, you mean on TV? How do I deal with that guilt? I get a nice paycheck.
All right, Big Mike, you got some honkin'-sized nodules in that esophageal tract, my friend. Line 3, we've got Alan from Riverside, California. Alan.
Hi, Dennis.
Oh, hi, Alan. Is that your name, Alan?
That's my name.
All right, so I've
like
got
a
the guy with the cactus down his fucking gullet, and now I've got the chick with the guy's name. What's your question, Al?
What do you think about people who use guilt as a way to manipulate others, like the classic, "Don't you want to do the right thing?"
Well, what about your mom? Did you have a classic Italian mom who kind of guilted you? Do you remember any stuff like that?
Yeah, I think my guilt came from my father, you know. I think, you know what, my shrink told me that if you think God is a punishing God, then you must have had a punishing father. And that's, you know, my father was very if my father hugged me once, I would be an accountant right now. Really. I wouldn't be in this business. I need the hug. Yeah.
Thank you, Dad.
Yeah.
Line 9, we've got Richard from Berkeley, California. Richard.
Good evening.
What are you gonna sit up there, man? Huh? What's happening in Berkeley tonight? We want the world and we want it now! Yeah, there's blood in the street of town of New Haven. What do you got for me, Dickie?
Here's the question.
Okay,
you guys,
sorry.
You guys are both
fuck you.
comedians.
Sorry, it's my
both
show. Here's my question. All right, fuck me. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. You guys are both comedians, and you both... Hey, Dennis, wake up. You both do comedy, and sometimes it's very personal comedy.
You know, I'm going to feel guilty about doing this, but bye-bye, Richard. That was wrong. That was just wrong. So, Raymond, where are you at now on your show? You just starting up for the season, or what's happening?
We are in year 6. Yeah, we're starting up. We got the Emmys coming up. You know, we got nominated, so we're looking forward. Which, by the way, speaking of
We
guilt,
butt heads on Monday night, you and I now, by the way.
Oh, you're on the football.
I do
Monday
the
night.
football thing.
Only
yeah.
on the East Coast. Yeah.
Give us throw some viewers our way, my
Why don't you
friend.
just, you know, pull back for the first half hour?
They can play touch football for that first half hour.
Save it for the second.
So how many Emmys you show up for?
We got nominated for 8. I've lost the last 2 years, which, well, like,
How does that feel?
it's good for me. It's actually, as a comic, it's everything I need on Emmy night, because you get nominated, you need that.
Yes.
You got an ego,
Little
you need
privilege.
that. But you're comic, so you also need to be a loser a little bit, right? So it's all one package. I don't need to win. If I win.
Give me your face when you lose. They got you in a tiny box because I've won and I've lost, and the face is completely different. The one you're just astounded, and the other one you have to act even more happy when you lose, right? You got to get that.
Yeah. Well, last year was.
Who do you lose to?
Last year was Michael J. Fox, so that was fine. You know. The year before was John Lithgow, and you
For
know.
the fucking alien thing.
Yeah. Well, that was fine 2 years ago. He's nominated now. This
He
year
beat
too.
you this year. You gonna be pissed?
You know,
You can say it. Come on, it's a fucking alien show.
I'm lucky. You know, I'm making money. I got. My wife has to spray stuff in my underwear, so I'm happy when whatever.
Well,
We're live, aren't we?
I'll leave you with that haunting thought. Ray Romano, ladies and gentlemen.